Yes, welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Let's begin from this lovely story. We cannot stop talking about the AFCON. We just have a few months away from the AFCON 2023 to be played in 2024 in Cote d'Ivoire. It will be starting from January 13th to February 11th. That is when the AFCON will come to a close. And we know that a lot of African stars playing their trade in Europe will be coming down to the continent of Africa. It is our own. We need to promote it. Okay, let's begin with this story now, where all the ex-Super Eagles players are warning the Super Eagles team, the present Super Eagles team we have now, to focus on other teams in Group A. We have Cote d'Ivoire, Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, and Nigeria. A lot of persons are putting their eyes on the game against Cote d'Ivoire, forgetting the two other teams that are there. And now the ex-Super Eagles players is warning Jose Pizarro and the full team just not to focus on Cote d'Ivoire alone, but also pay attention to other teams in that group. I have Olawale Peters joining me on the show this evening. Now, ex-Super Eagles players are advising the present players in the team that they should not be carried away that want to play Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay, good evening, Emmanuel, and thanks for having me. I think it's a good advice, and you can't get it best than those that have already played the trade before. So I think they should listen to them. And I recall last week on the show also, we made the same, we gave them the same advice that we are not playing against Cote d'Ivoire, we are playing AFCON. We shouldn't make the same mistake we made 2 years ago, that after we defeated Egypt, we arrived. So the wings of the Super Eagles now became very big, that we thought we are on champion. We are the champion already. We shouldn't allow that to get into our head. We're not playing Ivory Coast. We're not playing Senegal. We're not playing Egypt. We're not playing Morocco. We are playing teams from Africa. We are playing AFCON. And for you to be a champion, you must be ready to beat all the teams. So that is what you should have at the back of our mind. Now, we're going to have our first match with Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau, they are known to us. We've met 3 times. We won them twice. They defeated us once at our backyard. Yeah.
I don't want to remember that.
You don't want to remember the match, but you played the match here last week now.
It was a painful one.
So that means head to head, we have an advantage over there. Equatorial Guinea, we've played them 3 times. We won the 3 times we played them. In fact, we only considered 1 goal. We scored against the Equatorial Guinea from the 3 matches that we played, and we scored 7 goals. So why are we bringing this into play? We should try as much as possible to defeat both Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau and score as much as possible without conceding. I hope between now and that January we'll have a keeper. I hope we will
talk about that on this show.
Between now and then we're going to have a replacement. We don't have a goalkeeper right now. Probably we should go and look for Giroud from AC Milan. We saw what he did when the keeper was given a red card. He came in and
fantastic save.
About 2 fantastic saves. So I think we need a goalkeeper. Once we do that, then the coach also, he should try and see how he's going to work on our midfielders. They need to communicate. There's no communication among our midfielders at all. And you can't go to AFCON competition without having a unit team. A team that understands themselves. A team that knows that if I want to go on counter-attack, I have 2 players standing this way. Let me just pull the ball there. He will run through it. He prefers the ball to come to his right or to his left. He prefers the ball to come to his chest. That is what we are lacking. That is what we need now. For the attackers, we don't have a problem. We have more than enough forward and attacker that we can use. But we don't have a creative midfielders. That is the problem. And that we really need to make sure that we score more goals. Then our game against Cote d'Ivoire, if you can get a draw,
fine.
Because in a match, for every match, you should go with your strategy. Now, the strategy to me, if I'm the coach today, is Equatorial Guinea will score as many as possible. Guinea-Bissau as many as possible, and to be sure that we did not concede any goal. So by that, we're going to have more goal advantage. When we meet in Cote d'Ivoire, we should go for a win. But if win is not possible, you withdraw. You play for at least a draw. You are doing that so that you can see how you're going to progress beyond the round of 16.
Yeah.
Because if you are second in your group, you know the group you are going to.
The possibility you are going to meet the top 5 teams in Africa.
In Africa, it's there. And to be honest with you, that's not the best time for us to meet either the Senegalese or the Algeria, the Moroccan,
or Tunisia.
The Tunisia. We don't have what it takes to defeat them right now. Between now and December, probably we can do. But right now, we should do everything possible to avoid that. So that should be the strategy from now. So that's why I agree with the ex-Super Eagles that what we need to do now is to plan how to get to the final before we start the first match. So how can we do that? Equatorial Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, they are our wives.
Just take care of them.
Even the Ivory Coast itself, we've met 28 times between Nigeria and Ivory Coast. We drew 10 times. Nigeria won 8 times, and they won us. No, Nigeria won 9 times, and they won 8 times. So we still have an edge over there. However, the last 5 matches between us and Ivory Coast, they've won us 3 times, and we won only twice. So that shows that I get time before, not be property. You shouldn't get deceived by among the other 3 teams that we have in our group. Head to head, we have an advantage over them. No, football has changed. So we should try as much as possible to understand their style of play, to see how we are going to frustrate them, to force them to play our own game. What we need is strategy. The players, we have what it takes, but the 2 units that we need to work on, it's our goalkeeper and the midfielders. We don't have a creative midfielder at all. We don't have a ball juggler at all. We don't have a ball distributor at all. We don't have someone that dictates the tone. It's a midfielder that dictates the tone of the football.
Yes, of course.
So if you don't have that, it's going to be what they normally call basbos.
For the style.
That's what they do.
And
that is not what we really need. So we shouldn't concentrate on Ivory Coast. We should concentrate on the other teams, and we should plan our strategy how to get to the final from day one. Okay. How can we do that in our group? Let's try and top our group. When we get to the second round also, we try as much as possible to win convincingly, so that when they are doing the draw, we will be
favored
somehow to go with a lesser team. At least let's try as much as possible to even get to that semi-final, because we have to be improving on game by game basis. Our second match will be better than the first match. Our third match will be better than the second match. Not the last competition we went, that last AFCON, that the only match we played was against Egypt, as if we are only going to the Nations Cup to go and beat Egypt. And after defeating Egypt, they give us the trophy and say, hey, Nigeria, congratulations, you've won the trophy by beating Egypt. Happen. We should try as much as possible to afford that. The last time we won this trophy was 2013. And this 2023, a decade. We shouldn't go the way of Arsenal or Manchester United. This is the time for us to go the way of Nigeria, giant of Africa. Super Eagles. We should try as much as possible to win the trophy and bring it back home.
Okay, we should try as much as possible to win the trophy and bring it back home for the Super Eagles. Take game by game as they come and be serious with every game. They'll look at it as if it is the final. We're still on the Super Eagles. We talked about these in the morning show, but this time around, let's talk about it extensively, because it also concerns the Super Eagles. One coach has come out to spit fire again. In the morning we call the coach name, and we're looking at it this way, where Jose Pizarro has not paid attention to the goalkeeping department of the Super Eagles, and now this man says his assistants are not even good enough to give this man advice. I don't know why Coach Godwin Owa is saying this. He himself was formerly an assistant coach to the Super Eagles, to one of the national teams in Nigeria, but now will you say because Nigeria used to say bad belle? I don't know why.
Okay, and maybe he's using himself to judge others, because he has been in the show before. Maybe he's not good enough. He now thought because he's not good enough, the likes of Joseph
Iyobo, Finidi George, Usman Abla.
You saw what he did with Eyimba is not good enough. I disagree totally with him. What we need to concentrate now, not even on the assistant coaches, we need to concentrate on the goalkeeper trainer. So that is what we need to concentrate on. The goalkeeper trainer, if he's talking about, oh, we don't have a good goalkeeper trainer, I'll agree with him 100%. If he's telling us that we don't have a good match analyst, that after each match,
look at
we'll be able to analyze to say, oh, okay, this formation we are playing is not okay. Let's try and do this, let's try and do that. I don't even think we have that. So that is what I think we should be looking at. We shouldn't be looking at the likes of Finidi George. Finidi George can only give advice. Joseph Yobo can only give advice.
Usman Blai
can only give advice. It's still Jose Pizarro that will make the final decision. And I still don't understand the reason why I even have 30 assistant coaches to support Jose Pizarro.
It's more.
So I don't know the reason why.
There are some coaches that didn't even mention their name.
So I don't know the reason why we have that. If he's talking about that, I will agree with him. But saying they are not good enough, I totally disagree with him. We are talking about people that have done it before. We knew what Joseph Yobo did when he was in Super Eagles.
Yes, of course.
We knew what Finidi George. In fact, we've not found a replacement for Finidi George.
Till now.
Since he left the Super Eagles.
We only do trial and error.
It's only trial and error. We thought Paya, you just took it out of my mouth.
He run and leave the ball behind.
We call him Okada. He run and leave the ball behind. Maybe he's seen a spiritual ball in front or another one behind. We don't know. Up to now, we don't have it. Even Joseph Yobo also. We've not had a replacement for someone to marshal that defense the way he used to. So these are the people that understand the game, that have played the game before, up to the international level. Yeah. So I don't agree with him that they are not really good enough. I think what we need to really look into now, before the AFCON, which is starting on 13th of January, is to look at how to really fortify our goalkeeping department and our midfielders. Okay,
talking about the goalkeeping department, Uzoho actually, I know you saw that story. Before he issued an apology, he has issued an apology, but he took to his social media account to say that if it is easy, come and do it. Do you think Uzoho was right by going to his social media account? Because I believe when you are being criticized, criticism makes you a better person.
Okay, it shows that it's not disciplined at all as a keeper or as a footballer. And the issue we're having, the issue that Sancho's and Eric Ten Hag are having, it's similar to this. And what happened is not using him again. Sincerely, Zoe is looking at himself that he's doing us a favor by conceding goal. That's what I think he is doing. He's thinking he's doing us a favor. Like rightly said, you have to, for you to grow, you have to learn how to take criticism, either constructive or not. Go back and look at, if you watch that match very well, if you saw the look on Ndidi's face
when he considered that Saudi Arabia,
Ndidi was looking like as if should I just smack or slap. You need to see the look on his face.
He was no.
He was very furious. The same way all of us were furious also. If you are the one at the goal post, you can't concede.
It's too cheap.
So, and we're not talking
from a goalkeeper's position.
We are not talking about the first occurrence. So if it's the first occurrence, we're like, oh, this is unlike him. The match between Nigeria and Ghana at National Stadium here.
The same.
I saw the way they played the ball, and I saw how the ball was going and how it's unforgivable, to be honest with you. And it's not even showing any sign of remorse. By saying,
and if he's so comfortable.
That is the problem. That is the reason why I said, I wish before this competition, I've been saying this times without number, we need to see how we're going to have an open camp session for any of our competition. Immediately we qualified for Nations Cup. We have 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. Let's open camp for people to come in. From there, you'll be surprised that we have a very good goalkeeper in this country that is clubless and that can do far better
than Uzoho.
Than the basket we call Uzoho our goalkeeper. That's nothing but the truth. So it's because he's feeling comfortable that nobody is fighting for his shirt. Whatever the situation is, they'll still come back and call
me.
In fact, from that statement, I think it should be disciplined. Even if it's going to AFCON, it shouldn't be our #1 goalkeeper. So that shows that he doesn't respect Nigerians at all. Look at that.
Look at that mistake. That was the goal he conceded here in Abuja.
I was like, how can the goalkeeper of that magnitude concede such a cheap goal? Not the first time, not the second time, not the third time. And they have the audacity to
very cheap goal, very cheap goal.
If you have what it takes, you should come and try it. Is it easy?
No, sincerely speaking, for Francis, I beg your pardon, for Francis Uzoho, he is not doing us good. He's not doing himself well, conceding such a cheap goal. Even the goal against Mozambique yes. In the second friendly game that we played, you saw that first goal that Mozambique scored. Yes. All was his fault. But at the end of the day, Jose Pizarro also came out and was defending him. And sincerely speaking, okay, let's leave Uzoho, Coach Godwin Uwa, who says the assistant coaches of the Super Eagles are not good enough. But from my guest in the studio, he said no, he disagreed with him. He should look inward and look at other areas where he can actually channel, because he himself was formerly an assistant coach to our national teams. Coach Godwin Uwa, well, you are a coach, you know why you said that. Okay, let's leave Coach Godwin Uwa and head straight to the EPL, that is the English Premier League, where it's good news for Steve Cooper and all of the Forest players. Taiwo Awoniyi resumes training.
Yeah, and I think it's a moral booster for them, and is currently the highest goal scorer for the Nottingham Forest currently right now. So once you have a player like that coming back to your team to take up the good work from where he stopped, I think it's going to be a good one for them. I'm sure the team missed him. And the last two matches that they played while he was injured, they find it difficult to get to the back of the net, because it's a player that is very, very, very workaholic. He's not only looking at scoring goals, he contributes to the team also. You see him making assists. You even see him withdrawing back also to assist the midfielder. So he's very agile, he's very strong. So I'm sure the team will be very, very happy to welcome him back, because there's no replacement for him yet in their team. So the vacuum he created with that injury has not been filled. But
and
right
the AFCON is coming.
The AFCON is it's not only them. A lot of teams in EPL
will be in soup.
They're going to be in soup.
Okay. For Taiwo Awoniyi, good news for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Back to training by next week. He should be up and running, and it's a good one. Because of that injury, he missed the two friendly games we played against the Falcons, or the Green Falcons of Saudi Arabia, and the members of Mozambique right there in Portugal. We won one, drew one. Okay, let's leave that story still staying in the EPL. Now we're going to talk about one fantastic manager. He has done well when he was with Bournemouth. Now Bournemouth let him go, and Newcastle snapped him up. He has turned things around in Newcastle with the Arab money, doing all they can, and now they are playing in the Champions League. Eddie Howe has rejected the Three Lions job, that is the England national team. He has been put on the list to replace Gareth Southgate, maybe eventually when the FA let him go of the England job. But this man, fantastic man, but he says, no, I don't want to go there. I'm happy with Newcastle.
Okay, to me personally, that's the right decision. Eddie is just 45 years old. He has not won any trophy as a coach. From Bournemouth, he went to Portsmouth also, went back to Bournemouth before he came to Newcastle. And we saw what he has been doing at Newcastle now. He has turned the team around. Their style of play is very fantastic. They are highly very good in defensive. They have the best defensive record last season.
Yes, of course. They consider less goals.
Less goals. So this season, though, they are unable to find their bearing. Probably the hero which they are playing is telling on them, but you can't still take it away from them. Yes, you made mention of the Arab money, but he has not really spent with the money at his disposal the way Manchester City, the way Chelsea,
Manchester United,
they've spent when they have the money. So what he's looking at is looking at how to concentrate on his team and taking up one of the most difficult coaching jobs in the world. At this age, it's not really going to be easy for him, and I think he shouldn't allow himself to be overhyped. He should continue doing what he's doing at the club level. This is not the right time for him to say, oh, I want to take up the Three Lions job. So I think him rejecting it, it's nothing but a good thing, because any coach that comes now, you hear the Three Lions fans and
it's coming home.
It's coming home. 1963.
It's coming home. It's still coming home.
So the pressure will be much on him also. And the reason why people always think that yes, the Three Lions, the England team, should be the one to win the World Cup is because Premier League is the most watched league in the world. Every week we are seeing Tripper, we are seeing Walker, we are seeing Stone, we are seeing Philip, Rashford, we are seeing all of them, and we thought they are the best. So they will go with that mindset to go and play at the World Cup, and you now see a player that you've never heard of, but they can dribble from post to post. So I think it is not advisable for him to take that pressure on him right now. If Southgate can win the Euro in 2024, if he can win the next World Cup, maybe be the anything is possible. Talking about the next 30 years. So if he can do that, there won't be pressure on any coach coming in that wants to win it. But now, whoever is appointed as the coach of
the Three Lions,
the pressure of coming back home will be there. So I don't think it's the right time for him to do so. I agree with him. He took the right decision. Let him concentrate on the Newcastle, which has done a fantastic job currently.
Okay, at the whole way you heard it from Trust TV, you need to concentrate on your job with Newcastle United, as the pressure of coaching the Three Lions of England now will be too much for you. Okay, it's a good one, a good decision. I also support that for him to take that decision. Okay, let's take this one quickly. It concerns Manchester United. We're still staying in the PL, where these three players actually got in a 1-year contract extension from the Manchester United board. That is Wan-Bissaka, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Meji. We have Lindelof, and then Hannibal Mejbray. Now, these three players will get 1-year contract extension from the Manchester United board. I think the three of them, they actually deserve it, most especially for the young man Hannibal.
Yeah, they both deserve it, and take it or leave it. And Manchester United have spent a lot of money in transfer. So this is not the time for them to let go of a player that if you renew their contract, what you'll be paying them will not be as much as if you are bringing in
new players,
their replacement. So I think it's a very good one. And if you look at the three players also, I don't think all of them, any one of them is a pushover. They are not pushover. They've contributed and they are still contributing to the team. So I think it's a very good one. It's more like a win-win situation for both the club and the players also.
Okay, a win-win situation for the three of them and the club. Okay, let's take this last one. Finally, this man is going to breathe in and breathe out a sigh of relief for Jesse Lingard. He has been training with the team, and now they have decided to set to sign him. That is Al Ettifaq of Saudi Arabia, where we have the great Liverpool man Steven Gerrard as the coach. He has been training with this side since he left Manchester United, and now they say, okay, after seeing some glimpses and good signs of things to come, they are ready to just offer him a contract.
Yeah, and I'm disappointed if a club from Saudi Arabia will reject Jesse Lingard. That's nothing but the truth. And with respect to the league over there, a fantastic player. Everybody had their own time, but his time has already passed. There's nothing he can do right now. So I think it's a very good one for him. And linking up with his fellow English mate, Steven Gerrard
and
Henderson also from Liverpool. So I think it's going to be a very good one for him to rediscover himself. You can still play in Europe. If he can do very well where he is right now, after the season ends, probably he can find another club that will come signing for him. But the issue with money, once you've tasted this Arab
money,
for you to now go below what you are enjoying right now,
I'm not very difficult.
So probably I see him after this hanging his boot or going to MLS or to do something.
To go and enjoy.
He has paid his due. He has done what he can do, but he can't get back to his peak period again. No, he can't do that again.
Okay, that is why we leave it on Sports Update this evening. Thanks for joining me on the show. I love your outfit. Maybe after now, you just, you know what to do.
No problem. You have it.
Okay, sir. All right, that is it on Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Thanks for watching.